Dr. Moh, I hope you can help us because Stephen and I have both been in a very bad way with our coughs and colds. Stephen's still suffering a little bit. Tell us, why are they lingering so very long at the moment?
Yeah, it's been a tough time for everyone, hasn't it, been this winter? Yeah, good morning. I mean, I think essentially what's been happening is that we have been isolated. We've been away from people for a couple of winters now, and we haven't really built up that immunity we normally have. And suddenly we're back. We're seeing people mixing together, and I think we're all feeling it a bit. And that's why we keep picking up these different colds and coughs. Now, the main thing really to say here is it's very common to be picking up lots of coughs and colds, especially at this time. It's colder, we're mixing more, and again, our immunity is not so strong. The concerns are really whether or not you're getting symptoms that are making you more unwell, that would need you to see your GP, things like shortness of breath, chest pain, coughing up coloured mucus. If you're getting that sort of stuff, we'd want to see you. But if you're not, realistically, the best thing we're thinking about really is symptom control. So a pharmacist would be a great place to see what kind of things you can take which will help you to feel better.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem, because when people are feeling unwell for weeks at a time, eventually you think, I'm going to have to call the doctor, don't you? But as you say, it might be a waste of time.
Well, I think there's a couple of ways we should be thinking about it. Let's go right to the beginning. If you're feeling that you obviously you're seeing the news, you're listening to this right now, you're thinking, I want to stay well. Prevention is the best cure. You know, washing your hands, making sure if you've got a little cold, you're getting rid of tissues and that sort of thing. If you're getting symptoms of feeling unwell, a pharmacy is a great place to pop in because we can help with treating those symptoms. It can be things like paracetamol, fluids, cough drops, whatever it may be. If you've got a cough that's persisting for more than 3 weeks, we as GPs, we want to know about it because it may be that we need to do a chest x-ray or some form of investigation just to rule out something more serious.
Is there something to do with COVID and, as you say, being at home for the best part of 2 years, that our immune systems are down? Because lots of people are talking about this being the worst cold they've ever had as well. I mean, the symptoms seem to be more severe. Is that also a knock-on impact of the lockdowns?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is sort of what we seem to be seeing. It seems to be that every single person, and I've been in that boat as well, is picking up the cold, and it's making us feel so tired. It's making we're having aches. We're really unwell with it, and we're really finding it hard to shake that cold or cough. And then just when you think you're getting better, you pick up another one. All of this is signs and symptoms of someone or a populace that is sort of recovering their immune system, is trying to remember, hey, we got to fight other viruses other than COVID as well here. It's a little bit like when you see a child who starts at nursery and just seems to be getting ill all the time. Very common, and essentially we're all a bit like that. We're all a bit like children in a massive nursery at the moment, picking up sort of bugs all over this place.
So at least, I mean, let's be positive in all of this, because I know it's rotten when you feel ill. However, all this means by next winter, we should be all right, shouldn't we? I mean, we might get a bit of a cough and a cold, but most of us will actually have a winter of feeling much better, won't we?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, look, next winter's a while away, so why don't we be positive? I think it's really important to say that all of this is helpful for us. Building our immune system is really helpful, and we're preventing ourselves from getting sick in the future. But of course, in the here and now, what are the things we can do? Well, the most important thing is if you are suffering, rest, lots of fluids, things that we know. But things like paracetamol and symptom relief are really, really helpful, and actually letting your body have that time to recover. I think one of the things that's happening as well is that we're in January, we've got so many things we want to get done. It's a new year, we're out of all those lockdowns and all that stuff, we're starting our world again. I think if you are picking up a bug at the moment, take some time to rest, take some time to let your body recover, and in the long run, you'll build up that immunity and hopefully you'll stay fitter for longer.
And Dr. Moh, what would your top tips be for us to avoid a winter cough or cold? As I've read somewhere that eating or taking vitamin C is the best way to avoid a winter cold. Is that a myth, or would that do us some good?
Well, there's a couple of things that I recommend. Now, the challenge sometimes is that evidence fluctuates. Sometimes evidence is very strong, sometimes evidence states against it. But vitamin C has an effect on our body in terms of boosting our immune system, in terms of reducing the number of days that you can get a cold in some studies. So I find that vitamin C is really important to take every day. I take it, and I think that you can reduce your cold by, say, a day. Making sure things like your vitamin D level is good as well. Now, vitamin D has a huge impact across lots of things in the body. Get a check from your GP if you haven't had one before. But we all know there's little sunshine. We're working at home. We're working inside us. So vitamin D, really good for your immune system. And things like zinc and probiotics tend to have a good effect as well. And these are, again, things that we can pick up over the counter. I take this regularly, and there's evidence that shows that zinc will reduce your infection by a day as well. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but hey, reducing your infection and reducing the symptoms by even a day for everyone is actually quite important, given how busy we all are. So I think these are really important. Hand hygiene, washing your hands, disposing of tissues, really, really important, especially when we're in public spaces. And keeping well hydrated, drinking lots of water is really important as well, to keep our body and our blood circulation pumped and ready to fight infection.
Dr. Moh Khaki, if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for us. We're going to get some vitamin C and vitamin D in here, I think. Thank you very much.
Good to see you.